you have coached RCB and Punjab Kings, which are two sides which haven't been able to find the ultimate success, if you can say that. So is there an extra pressure in those franchises that you need to make sure that the team is upbeat, that they're not getting into a habit of losing, or is there some extra pressure from the owners, from the fans, that because there's obviously a desperation to get the final trophy?
Well, look, I don't think there's any extra pressure on the players because
Okay.
they chop and change generally. So they come in, they have high hopes for the season. I think
Yeah.
it's more the pressure on the owners, to be fair, because they've been there often, since the start. If I think of Punjab, they've had so many changes over, every year, searching for that elusive prize, and you can understand why. They're so desperate to get that monkey off the back and win that first trophy. So they, if you look at their strategy, it's a little bit more, let's maybe have a group for a period of time. If they don't work, throw them out, try and get a new group in and go again. And that's something that's been, repeated many times. And as I said, they're just desperate for that win. And I guess at RCB, it's a little bit more run like a business. So there's a little bit more medium-term planning. There's absolutely a desperation there to win that first title. And, from, the owners, the business that owns the management, and also obviously the fans. So, there's huge pressure at any franchise that hasn't won a trophy, and it just gets more and more every year. But I think at RCB, the one thing I would say is, as I said, they very much look at things, from a business point of view. So it wasn't so much, they're able to let a plan roll out a little bit longer than potentially some other teams.
Yeah. So, what do you think is going wrong with these teams? I'll tell you the outside perception. For RCB, we see it as they have all the stars, they have everything right, but maybe the home venue doesn't support them, doesn't allow them that advantage that other teams have. With Punjab Kings, it always seems like there are some things going on behind the scenes that we don't get to know, which are hindering that team's progress. You have been in both environments. What do you think? What is going wrong? What can be done better to get the team across the line?
I think you've also got to realise that you're playing against 8-9 other very good sides. So I don't think it's a matter of one side is doing anything particularly wrong. I think it's just saying that there are other sides that have had a little bit of a success early on. That's given them the confidence to stick with a particular plan for a long period of time. And therefore, there's no surprise that it's a little bit self-fulfilling. You give guys some confidence in the environment, you have some early success, that breeds a bit of confidence, and then things flow on. And contrary to that, if you're really searching for something desperately, then sometimes you don't always make the right moves, because you're after that quick fix, or that, you're under that level of pressure to win the trophy. And sides that, do well around the world, whether it be franchises or international sides, are actually quite calm environments. They're environments that are really quite stable and everybody knows their role and those sort of things. So, like I said, I just think some sides have got it under control a little bit more in terms of, as I said, that consistency around, the environment. And I think that, once RCB wins their first trophy, it wouldn't surprise me if they go on to win, 2 or 3 relatively quickly, because the structure's there. It's a very well-run franchise. The structure's there, but sometimes you can try too hard, and you can be too desperate for that, as I said, that elusive prize. So once you win one, you might just relax a little bit and let things unfold.
So, do you think someone like Rajat Patidar coming in at RCB, Shreyas Iyer coming in at Punjab Kings, can they solve those respective issues, or do the captains even have that kind of an impact on a franchise? Given that we are seeing so much data getting involved, the tactics are pre-made in the dressing room. Do captains still hold that kind of a power that they can change the direction of a franchise?
Oh, without doubt, they can. I think that, I think it is a combination between the coach and the captain that need to prepare the side, as well as they can. But, a lot of the coach's work happens off the park, and a lot of it helps prepare the captain along with the other senior players. And then ultimately, you've got to give trust to the captain to, to make some decisions out on the park. And the only way they will learn and get better in better pressure situations is being allowed to make those decisions. So someone like Rajat, Shreyas Iyer has benefited from having those experiences really young, and being able to make some mistakes and being able to make some good decisions and just keep learning from it. And now he's a far better captain now than he was, even 2-3 years ago. So, and coming to a new franchise, it's once again, it'll be that link between Ricky Ponting and Shreyas. They've obviously worked together before. They've got a relationship and a good understanding. So, I would see that, already being well advanced in terms of how those two, like to work. The pressure from outside will always be there, and that's just part of the IPL. So those two are very experienced heads, and I wouldn't expect that, they will be flustered by that at all.